JP. Hey, we got a new morning show on the ticket. Maggie and Kerwat, if you're up super early, it kicks off at 4 a.m. every day here on KTIK, the ticket. Prater in the ball game. Prater, you look at Ashton Jeanty's stats this year, Boise State star running back. I mean, it's head shaking, it's head scratching, it's holy shnikes good. Ashton Jeanty.
Dennis Dodd yesterday, the first national person, he's a national college football writer, putting Ashton Jeanty on his Heisman list. He went 10 deep, and he put Ashton Jeanty number 10 on that list. If Boise State was having a typical Boise State season, one loss here, national television games there, I think Ashton Jeanty would absolutely be more of a national figure. But his production is off the charts. It's crazy off the charts. The touches that he's had, he's got 181 touches so far this year. Next in line in college football is a running back out of Troy with 164.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's sustainable. I don't know how much more this is going to go. I don't know how many touches he's going to get in the second half of this season. But Ashton Jeanty, the production, he's by far the best running back in this country, although Dennis Dodd also put Blake Corum, the Michigan running back, on there. He came in with a lot of hype. Corum has a massive amount of touchdowns, but his production overall doesn't match what Ashton Jeanty has. Obviously, he's playing at a higher level as well, so you can sit and have that conversation. But, hey, I think it's possible he's going to continue to get some kind of Heisman love. He's not going to become a finalist. He's not going to New York. He's not going to win it. But there's certainly some precedent there, dating all the way back to Brock Forsey. When Paul Jay gave Brock Forsey a first-place vote, come on, Paul. I'm going to always give you a crap.
Paul Jay voted for Brock Forsey for the Heisman?
We had lots of fights about the Brock Forsey Heisman way back in the day.
Okay.
He was being the loyal guy, and some people vote that way, and I get it. I certainly get it. But Donnell Humphrey certainly has gotten some love. A running back out of the Mountain West Conference. I forget the other guy.
Rashad Penny.
Yep. Rashad Penny got a lot of Heisman Trophy love as a running back. Most recently, Derek Carr got a lot of love coming out of the Mountain West. There's plenty of Mountain West love when it comes to the Heisman Trophy.
Alex Smith.
Well, that was a long time ago. That was a long time ago. But certainly in the modern era, certainly in the more current times, it's possible. But I think this is a 2-year process. Ashton Jeanty keeps doing what he does this year, sticks around, takes care of business, does what he does next year. That's when the kind of stuff like that can really take off.
If it wasn't for a couple of fumbles, Ashton Jeanty is having a perfect season in the backfield. I mean, he's rushing the ball well. He catches the ball well. I mean, he has 15 total touchdowns already. Prater, is Boise State wasting this season? Are we going to look back and say, oh, Jeanty in 2023 on a team that went 6-6 or 7-5 or even 5-7, they didn't even go to a bowl game, and they have this Heisman Trophy caliber season, and the record got in the way of Ashton Jeanty getting any type of, publicity for this award outside of Prater on the ball game?
Are they wasting him? I don't know if I would put it that way. If they were, like I said, if they were winning, they would probably get a little bit more love. But he's not. He wouldn't be going to New York. He's not going to be a finalist. He's not going to. Again, like I said, I think this is a 2-year process. He has to be able to do this again next year and start the season on some Heisman watch list. And if he finishes the season like he started it, he'll definitely be on watch list next year, and that'll give him the momentum. And then he's going to have to turn around and kind of do it again. So I think if everything goes the way he wants to, Boise State football gets better. He sticks around for another year, continues to be productive. There's no doubt in my mind that he's going to get some Heisman Trophy love over the next season and a half.
Do Heisman campaigns work? I don't know how long you've been a voter again, and they send you candy, they send you postcards, whatever schools send Heisman voters saying, hey, look at our candidate over here. Do you ever look at him, keep him, crash him? How does that go, being a voter and being cognizant of a Heisman campaign? I ask this because I wonder if Jeremiah Dickey in this program, if Ashton Jeanty sticks around, what type of Heisman campaign would they do for him?
Yeah, they don't work for me. No, I never kept.
Yeah.
The only thing I've ever kept was the Jordan Love hearts. I kept the Jordan Love hearts because one day when the world blows up, I'm going to have some candy hearts that,
they last so forever.
Yeah, they're so full of chemicals. It'll be the last thing I ever eat in my life. But I thought that was a creative campaign. Yeah. The Jordan Love candy hearts that they passed out one year, I thought that was kind of cute, but that had nothing to do with the outcome. Zero to do with the outcome. No, I throw bobbleheads, notebooks,
Uh-huh.
pictures. I think schools are doing less and less of that anymore because it really doesn't work. Now, like if you watch College Game Day now, all those big giant green bow signs you see in a College Game Day audience where they have all those signs, there's about 10 to 15 fluorescent green signs that say bow in big black letters. That is an official Heisman Trophy paid campaign. Some representative goes to game day every week, finds 17 people in the streets doing nothing, gives them a couple $100 and a sign and said, go stand in the crowd and hold that sign for the next 3 hours. That is an organized campaign in addition to the Times Square poster that we put up earlier this year. So Oregon does that. Oregon believes in that kind of stuff. Is that going to get Bo Nix any more Heisman Trophy votes? No.
I don't know. But is it going to possibly get, a transfer at this level to maybe say, hey, if you come here, we're going to do X, Y, and Z regarding a Heisman campaign for you? I don't know what that would do. I mean, the Heisman Trophy is obviously nowadays with NIL and whatnot. I mean, you can cash in and win money if you and earn money for yourself if you win a Heisman Trophy. I mean, Caleb Williams is making 7 figures down there.
I mean, I don't know. I think you said if you're recruiting kids and you promise them a Heisman Trophy campaign, that's a bad idea.
Like for example, if Ashton Jeanty gets recruited by an SEC school in the offseason, they say, hey, we'll pump up the Heisman for you if you come here. You don't think that would be mentioned, huh?
I mean, maybe it might be mentioned, but I don't think he would care about that, and I don't think it would be a difference maker. Now, if they gave him a couple $100,000, maybe that would be a difference maker.
That's definitely big. What if I say here, Heisman Trophy, okay, probably out of the cards here for a lot of reasons.
100% out of the cards.
What about the Doak Walker? That is essentially the Heisman for running backs. It is the highest level of award given to an FBS running back, named after the great Doak Walker down in Texas.
And I vote for that one as well. I'm a Heisman Trophy voter, and I'm a Doak Walker voter.
Okay, so Doak Walker, if that is in the cards, and you can tell me in a second, what would that do? What would that mean? And then should that be more of a realistic conversation to have? Ashton Jeanty, maybe being even invited to that ceremony on that big awards night for the Doak.
I think that's entirely possible if he finishes the season the way he's starting it. That is entirely possible this year, right now.
Yeah.
And that's more of that's more of a default of running backs. There is no star running back in college football right now. Blake Corum is as close as we have to a national star in college football. And even though his rushing touchdowns are better than Ashton Jeanty's, Ashton Jeanty certainly has way more production across the board than Blake Corum does. But if Blake Corum continues to succeed on a high national level, he's certainly going to get more love playing in bigger games. But yeah, I mean, could Ashton Jeanty be a top 3 guy in the Doak Walker finalist votes this year? Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely can.
I think that would be a pretty cool thing for this program and Ashton Jeanty to commemorate and recognize the season he is having. Prater, I don't know if he's going to stay on pace. We've already broken down Jeanty and Ajayi back to 2014, but so far so good. And that might be a situation we're going to be talking about each and every week of, can Ashton Jeanty, can this be the finest single season a running back has ever had on the blue?
Dennis Dodd also, before we get out of here, put it in his Heisman Trophy top 10 list yesterday. He had Ashton Jeanty number 10. And number 9, he had Jonah Ellis, Moscow High School. I know he started his career with the Vandals, and now he's with the Utah Utes down there. He's number 2 in the country behind Kamara, the Colorado State sackmaster defensive end. But Jonah Ellis has 9+ sacks so far this year. He's an absolute beast. I love the way that guy's playing football. And he's a Moscow High graduate.
Isn't that awesome?
He is Dennis Dodd's number 9 Heisman Trophy candidate as we sit here in the season right now. The only defensive guy who made the list.
He's a true junior, too. He's draft eligible this year. The Moscow Bear, Jonah Ellis, and gosh, Luther Ellis. How many more kids is he going to put into the NFL? I love it, man. Great stuff. Give us your thoughts on the Cloverdale Plumbing text line, 208-424-9300. Ashton Jeanty, Heisman, Doak Walker, all that good stuff. We got soapboxes to hop on around here. We're Prater the Ballgame. This is Idaho Sports Talk, KTIK the Ticket.